God it actually rained all through the night. At least it helped some of us that were preparing for work, wake up on a very high speed and, high note. The weather was cold, so you were just hyperactive. There was no redolence with legs, lifting legs here. We were all very active when we woke up this morning. Today is the 3rd of April 2024. It's another beautiful Wednesday. Like play, April is moving. We are moving forward. That's the thing about April. My name is Joy Abu. Welcome to Family and Values. We are streaming across all our social media platforms. Please download the Galaxy mobile app, and you can join us live on Facebook, and on X we are also operating live. The numbers on the screen, they are for text messages. Please do not call. Send in your messages, send in your comments, whatever questions you have. We would always ask our guests and reach back to you with the answers. Yes, today promises to be another exciteful, informative. Like yesterday we introduced the topic and we told you stay tuned because it's one topic you don't want to miss. Like I'm always in the studio with the beautiful, elegant, pretty lady seated in her green attire. She's a queen by her name. So let me formally, officially do another introduction of Olori. I kept the emphasis on Olori, so you understand. Good morning.
Every day she's going by the pronunciation, and speaking Yoruba is becoming part and parcel of Joy. Joy girl, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? I hope you had a restful night.
Yes, I did.
The weather was kind of cool, and it got to a point I was almost trying to cover my feet. But I later said, I need this. I don't know when. It's getting towards that time when we start having the rain coming in very soon. It's getting towards that. Maize will start coming in now. Start seeing people eating corn here and there. So a beautiful morning to you, a beautiful morning to everyone joining us live, wherever you are joining us from, irrespective of the time. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Lagos. And to all our viewers, we want to say thank you for always staying tuned. Thank you for always joining us. Thank you for always being part of Family and Values. We are here to make sure that our value comes back to what it has always done, what family is meant to be, how it's supposed to, there should be a bond and this likeness and this love, this uniqueness that comes to the family, especially from our home. That is what transcends into the society. And on that note, we want to welcome you. My name is remain Olori Adejoke Atobi David. My friends call me Olori AJ. And you can join me on my social media platform on Olori Adejoke Atobi David. Okay, so join us. We're live.
Yes, join us. We are live. Olori, you are saying you're trying to cover your legs and your feet. When the rain started, I opened everywhere.
No, everywhere was open.
So that the breeze, and it came with it was so windy when it started, so I knew that this one was going to be
the only thing I need to check was the windows and make sure that
to make sure water was not coming in.
But since there won't be lights now, PHCN I decided to leave us the schools and the IKED, whatever they say. They have always left us, with one story or the other. But we know we're in Nigeria,
yes,
so we have always leave that part of the window, except for the net, for hair to come in. Of course, we need cross ventilation when they.
Another thing I noticed was the roads were maybe it's because the kids are on holiday, so it's freer. At least I'm enjoying the fact that there's no traffic. I don't need to fly my car. I'll just,
not the only thing you're enjoying. You're also enjoying the fact that you don't need to rush to take the children.
That's one thing. Oh my God. I don't need to even, once I wake up, I'll just gonna have my bath, me, myself, and I. Then everybody out there, sort yourself out.
And I don't want this to pass me by before we go into our mini feature. Yesterday, as I was just heading out, going, before I got to Ogundano, there was this fire and everybody was like, the place was all dark. What is happening? Waiting, I don't even fit get to the Ogundano junction. What's the problem? They said generator and all that. And that is what brought, that is what is bringing me to say something about this. I think it's high time. Yes, we know we're in a country or society or a state, it's everywhere anyway. But here in Lagos, let me center. Let us know how far we can use our generator, especially if you know you have used it for at least 6 hours. Shut it down, let it rest. Let it rest. Let it see me. See, when it rests, it will, yes, of course, they are generated, they are supposed to give us source of power. But you know what happened yesterday? I don't think if there are certain steps being put in place, because they have, according to the information, they have all their gens in the same place for the whole building. And so immediately one just spark, the others. You know, you can imagine the graffiti of it that would have. You know, some people use.
It's not even about letting the gen rest on. Another thing is, how well do they know about fire extinguishers? Because assuming there was fire extinguisher there in that building, even before the fire service people they would have done that. The whole building, there was no fire extinguisher there. And you know, sometimes that's why you see when they walk around and make sure the government is trying to say for every building have a functional fire extinguisher. Know how to use it. At least let the security know, because I'm sure when it started, if they had made effort to put it, to not
how many
escalate.
Actually know the first few steps you take when there is
the fire outbreak, you know, that's another
around us. So all those things, we need to know them. It's not just about you going on Instagram and YouTube and watching movies. You can watch them.
Yes, you can
learn. You can know more. But I will still go back to the fact that when you use your gentle level, let it rest. 12 hours, 10 hours, let it rest. Especially when you know you are not, that's the only one you have. You know, we like abusing every little privileges and opportunities we have. And we don't have maintenance culture. God will help us, and God will continue to keep us safe.
Amen. Okay, let's go into the business of the day. Yesterday we unveiled our topic to you, and we are going on our quick mini feature because our guest is seated pretty in the studio waiting waiting to tell you all you need to know about the topic. We'll see you on the other side. Before we rounded the show, our guest this day was like, wow, what a topic to be discussed. Yes, it's a topic we need to look into. A lot of people are going through toxic relationship in one form or the other. It might not necessarily be domestic abuse, but there's a lot when it comes to toxic relationship. And today we really want to make sure we are doing everything possible to understand that this relationship, partners go through it, the processes involved, and how you can get yourself out of it if you're involved in any toxic relationship. No matter how little, do not overlook the slightest toxicity in a relationship. Please do not overlook it. Know that it's a serious thing, and when you go into such a marriage or relationship, then you're in for a bigger problem. Today we have our guest, a beautiful, elegant lady. I like introducing them because they're always beautiful, you know. We have our guest in the studio, Apostle Dr. Grace Onoha. Good morning.
I'm
right, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for this opportunity. I think it's a privilege.
Yes, it's a privilege because I think it's been, I think since it was 2023 you came on the show, November thereabout. So I'd like to say Happy New Year to you anyway.
Yes, Happy New Year.
And Happy New Month.
God bless you. This month of April, I believe God strongly that we are going to meet a high level of favor.
Amen. Amen. And the month is actually running very fast. Today is already third. Before you know it, next week Ramadan and the Easter Ramadan holiday is here. Know that the month is gone anyway. Welcome.
So good to have you.
Okay, so when the topic was sent to you, I'm sure you know that this topic coming from a point of an apostle, you've had encounters with women, and then you're also a marriage coach, you know, so a lot to do with this topic. But let me start by asking, when we talk about toxic relationship, what are we really talking about? Because most people just narrow it only down to domestic abuse. Oh yes, it's only when you have a physical abuse. But generally, what is a toxic relationship all about?
Thank you very much, and thank you once again for this invitation. By experience as a marriage coach and as one who have been in marriage for the past 30 years.
Congratulations.
I got married at the age of 19, and by God's grace, I will be 50 this year.
Wow! Okay, I think I have, let me lip seal. Let me not talk lip seal. That's for off camera, not for viewers. Don't worry.
So, when you talk about toxic relationship, it is something that everyone needs to pay attention to, because it leads to abuse. The reason for toxic relationship is insecurity. When somebody feels insecure, you are selfish, you just want to be a boss over everyone. There's no way, you are not safe. You are not, to the person is insecure. So there's no way you will not be trying a way of getting yourself back or getting your feet back. And another thing, jealousy is one of the things that contribute to toxic relationship. And to my own best understanding, it's not only in marriage. We have toxic people anywhere, even in the office. There are some places you find yourself, you can't stay because of the toxic people that are around you. Even in some homes, some parents are also toxic. You see their children running away from them, not only in marriage, as I said before. So you can see them anywhere. It's just for us to prepare our mind, and we cannot keep running away from them. But we have to find a means of defending and also finding a way of working with them sometimes. When you talk of toxic relationship, you are talking about something that can actually take something out of you, that can take life out of you. Because when you are staying with a toxic person, your peace is not guaranteed. Your joy, your safety is not even guaranteed. Your self-esteem will be swallowed. So I believe strongly that if you are in a toxic relationship, you have to find a mix. Maybe getting a therapist that can come in to help the other person. Just look for a way around it, because it can kill. It can bring it's very harmful. Being around a toxic person or relationship is harmful to your health. It takes off life from you. It causes depression in some cases. You see a lot of people, even children, being depressed. Whenever you interview them, you come across them, you want to cancel, you will now find out that they are coming from a place that they are not free. To them, they don't want anything before the people. So it's not a good thing.
Ma'am, I want to find out, how do I know if I am in a toxic relationship? You know, sometimes many find themselves in it, but they'll say, oh, you know, that's how he shows his love. I'm okay with it. And we have been like that for some time now. You will be okay. You will beg me. He has always been there to beg me. Even by words, you know, your self-esteem sometimes is being, you know,
demoralized.
So how do I know? Because these people will come back and bring a maybe
wonderful
gift for a car. Very wonderful gift.
Then the next minute,
and the next minute, even though I will celebrate and everything, but
even in the midst of that celebration, you might receive it.
How do I know if I am in a toxic relationship, and what do I have to do?
There are so many ways to discover when you are in a toxic relationship. Number one, when you are not free, when your words are not being does not count. You see, you are with somebody in a relationship, there's nothing you say that matters to that person. It doesn't want you to contribute. It's like you are just there. under control, under you are, the person is in charge of your life. You have nothing to contribute, you have nothing to say, and when he does his own thing, and this is why I say selfishness. Anyone that is toxic is always selfish. He's selfish. He wants to be a boss. He doesn't want anybody to challenge him. He doesn't want to learn from anybody. His words, his opinions are always superior to every other. So you must surely know when your freedom is not guaranteed. Even sometimes they get to the level of monitoring you, where you are, where you have you gotten to where you are going, when did you get there, what actually are you doing now, who is with you, can you just make a video call? There are people like that. They just want to know everything about you. They don't want you to live your life. They don't want you to be yourself. They just want to be in charge of you, so you don't have say. So with all these signs, you should be able to know that this relationship is toxic, because everybody has their life to live. And if God has given us life, free life, so we should be allowed to live it. There is an extent, there is a level of monitoring you can give to somebody when he's matured, an adult, not just a baby, policing people anyhow, or your partner in the name of love.
You know, sometimes you feel you're in a relationship, you love this person so much, and then that love you think you have makes you not to see the toxicity in that relationship. And so it's important that when you're in a relationship, you watch out, you look out to make sure there is no single form of toxicity in it. Back to you, Ma. And now I want to ask this question. You know, some people will say, like Olori said, you love this person, so you're not seeing those signs that this person is toxic. And she asked, how do you break out of it? Now, for someone who has been mentally abused, because I think the worst form of a toxic relationship is when this person is not abusing you physically, so you don't even, so when you're explaining to somebody, the person is looking at you like, okay, let me give you a typical example. I have a very close, this is a very close experience. Like, the partner uses words, can use words that sometimes even when the message is sent to me, I'll say no, I'm not believing. And this is like a better half, you know. We use words to demoralize the person, and then after the whole argument, she'll just see one beautiful gift. Could be one expense, or we'll just see one money and say, take yourself out. And this person is taking very good care of the family. Very, very, when I mean very good care. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's mentally abuse. How do you explain? Now you're telling me that, I want to get out of this. So, hey, this is what I'm facing. And I'm looking at you, I'm saying, I'm not seeing any scratch. You're in your own house. You want a car, they get for you. You want this amount every month. Your monthly allowance lands your this thing. You know, so in my brain, I'm finding it difficult to believe that you're actually going through that. It takes one who has been in that field. For such people, how do they break out of this thing? They might not want to leave the marriage, but how do they find their freedom, especially when it has to do with the mind?
This is a very serious situation. It's very, very critical.
But it happens, yes. These men don't beat, but yes, they'll make sure they kill your mind.
I think everyone has to be wise. In that case, you need to set boundaries for yourself if you need to continue with that kind of relationship. Maybe there may be a force behind the man. Because if the man is showing this person, or the woman is showing the man all this kind of care, love, and at the same time killing her or him inside, there may be something behind it. So this is why I earlier said that I think in this aspect, one, that such person needs prayers. Such person needs such person needs prayer, because the man can actually change. If yes, it can actually change. Because if you are, if he's dealing with you in this kind of way, and at the end of the day he comes, he behaves well, I don't really understand how they cope. But if it is true, if it is actually what is happening, that person will change after some times. If the other partner can pray very well. I didn't even understand how to cancel such.
We mentioned earlier that sometimes your opinion may not count. It's part of signs of
you know, there are different kinds of people. There are some of them that when they are abusing you, the people around you will know.
Yes.
They will not hide it.
They will not hide it.
So in that situation, that your opinion does not count, or you are not respected as a partner, you understand, as a partner, maybe even the wife can be toxic.
Can be toxic.
Yes, it can be anybody.
The women.
Now, in a situation whereby you find out as a man that your wife or your husband embarrasses you outside
and come inside,
and you still come in, you will still want to, you know, have the conception of having sex with you. What do you think the wife should do? Because it's going to become tug of war at the end of the day. What do you think the wife should do? Should the wife or the husband continue to dwell in, I will take it, I have no option? What will be your advice to such
anyone that can take it should take. You have to carry the load, you know. I'm telling you, if you can take it, you take it. Because not everybody that can take it. Yes. So this is where you need to bring in people. If you should look out for the person that you know that man or that woman love and respect so much.
And that is when the gift will come in again. He will beg. And he will beg the family. He will beg his uncle.
Anybody can sell off. Anybody can sell off his life.
Anybody can sell off his life.
In a situation like that, you know, do you call for immediate divorce? Because I have had a situation like that before, where we had to, you know, I had to advise the wife to just take some of her stuff and leave home for a while. Is it advisable for them to just go on a separate path for like a month or 2
months?
You know, 2 months, yes. They do advise it as a way of, you know, to find out first. Let's see how he will react. Because
before they will come to that level, before the woman will take such decision, I believe that she might have she's supposed to consult 1 or 2 people that are reasonable enough to come into the matter. Hear from her husband or from the wife. Then after several counsel, and you understand, and the thing continue, I think that is when the advice of, okay, let there be separation for a while.
But ma'am, do you know the man or the woman who is actually making it unbearable for the relationship to flow?
Okay.
You understand? Who is in charge? The selfish one. Do you know it's not always easy to have them seated like we are seated to really talk about the situation?
Reason.
Because
this is why before you even enter into a relationship with somebody that is deep or for marriage, you should know, if you see a man that does not have a counselor, doesn't listen to the mother, doesn't listen to the father, the elderly ones are nothing to him, he doesn't have respect for any human being, just himself. You look at this person and you say it's the person you love. Go away.
Go away. Yes. Okay, now I want
to before you enter, you're supposed to reason. Or you see a woman that doesn't listen to anybody. The mother cannot cancel her. Even while you understand, the father, nobody, no pastor, is just an island of herself, and you still say, I'm in love with this woman. It's only you that know what you have seen. But I know that if you peradventure enter, it's not going to end well, because there's nobody in this life that in one time or the other that will not need another person. If you don't listen to your mother, probably you will not listen to me one day. Let's forget about I love you, I don't love you. If you don't have anybody you respect, how am I sure
that you are going to
respect me, or what you are doing with me is not you are not trying to cover up? By the time we enter, I may now see that what you are doing to other people is still what you are going to give to me. So all these signs, some ladies see it before they enter, but they don't want to know the truth. Some men see this before they enter, and they don't want to face the truth. They just want to, let's do it, let's start. Anyhow, we are going to cope. And at the end of the day, this is what we are saying. Because there's no way you'll be human being, you don't have anybody you regard. Nobody talk to you. No, you have a big problem.
Okay, now this was a very close incident that happened to me. When I mean very close, very close. And there was, this couple, easy going, and then the man was the one bringing out the toxicity in the to the extent of physical abuse. And she got to that point of I'm out, and took 1 year. She said I'm done. I don't want to be in this relationship again. Packed her things and left peacefully. 1 year after, family started talking, no, go back, he has changed. And this is 1 year after. And then she walked in, probably January, and in March, the beast in the man came out, beat her, couldn't take her to the hospital, and she died. Now, when I heard it, the first question, I felt like for everybody that contributed to her going back should be arrested. Because I just felt like people sent her to her death. The question is, why do we have people, when they know that this person is toxic, this person is, and this is physical abuse, they will still tell you the Lord is against divorce. This, go back, he will change. Can't we just have a system where I'm done, I'm tired? Because sometimes these people start this thing in between the marriage. A lot can lead to it, and that's what I want to ask you. What are those factors that can lead to a man being toxic in a relationship or marriage? Maybe you got married to him, he was never the type that beat a woman, or something along the line happened, he lost his job or something, and you see the other side of him. How do you handle such situations? And what are those factors so that they will know? If you start seeing those signs in marriage, start preparing your mind that it's possible something is coming along the way. Please.
Sometimes things doesn't go the way we plan it. And this is why we are all human. Your plan, but God have the best plan. If the man or the woman has not been toxic from the beginning and something happened, so the other partner should be able to reason and know what is actually, when did this thing start? What's the foundation? Although some people can change as a result of friends outside.
Okay.
When a woman or a man starts engaging somebody outside her marriage, it has a way of changing whom you are in the inside. There's there's no way you cover up that it will not start showing. And when a man also loses his job, the angle that money, this is a financial pillar of the house, and he lost his job, nothing is coming into his hand. Naturally, not everyone cope, except you have an understanding partner that counsels you, talk to you, give you hope and reason that things will turn again. Do you get my point? Yeah. So if you don't have, and your partner keep requesting what she know that you did not have, it can also bring out the beast in the man, because to him now it has turned to insult. I don't have what you are asking, and when I used to have, I used to do all of this. You see, this is why they always say marriage is for better, for best. Let's put it better for best, because it's still only God that knows the challenges that will come. When that challenge come, we pray for grace to be able to handle it. So I think where there is love, understanding, I didn't see any reason for anyone to become a beast all of a sudden. People help others to stir up the beast. There's nobody that doesn't have bad side.
People help others.
Yes, so there's nobody that doesn't have bad side of him or her. It depends on how the one you trigger. Yes, you now say it. So losing your job is not a guarantee that you should become a beast or you should become a toxic man or a toxic woman. It's not a guarantee. It's not a license for you to do that. But the other person should always learn to make up and build.
Learn to make up.
Okay,
learn to make up.
I want to believe
we live for each other, you know.
Yes.
We help each other to fall. We also help each other to stand.
Okay.
That is the truth.
My people used to say something that when you birth a baby and after the birth, you don't throw the water and the baby away. Right? You need to keep the baby first, make sure you attend to it before you throw the water away. No matter how distorted or stubborn or the mistake or the error the victim, you know, has made or has found herself, where she has found herself, the deep water she has found herself, or he has found herself, what are the steps? Because we cannot just say, Shebi, she's the one that found herself there.
Let's leave her to have faith.
No. What are the things that he or she can do, and how can the family, people around her, how can they help her? Because she has found herself in it. And let me tell you, thank God you're a woman of God. The Bible says, he that does not save his own household, he will ask their blood for. So to save, like the story she just told us now, what do you think they could have done? I have seen a mother who went all out to the daughter's house and said, you will not die before me. Yes, he came to ask for your hand in marriage, and it is time for you to come back home. Your father's house is not chasing you out, and we have not sent you here to come and die. What should the family do? What should people, friends, who love him, who love her, and don't want her to die in that toxic relationship, what should they do?
First and foremost, you must get the approval of the person. When one is an adult, there's a level of decision you cannot take.
But
for that
sometimes
person.
you don't need to wait for the, when you have seen, see, you cannot get to the police station now and they see blood on you and you want to say there is nothing. The fact that they have noticed there is blood, you have a serious question to answer. Now this lady has been attacked, or the wife has attacked the husband in such a way that there are signs, scars. Whether you approve or not, there must be way we can first take, forget that approval is, that will be secondary.
Okay.
First you need to save the life.
At first is to save the life
so
of the
what should they
person
do?
in question.
With or without our consent?
No, what you can do at that moment, when it comes to saving life, most of the times you don't need the person's permission, depending on the situation on the ground.
So
anybody can come in, maybe the family, friends or neighbors can come in and they kind of pull the other person, the weaker person, out of separation immediately. Then before we can now sit down to talk whatever that we need to talk. Not that you will just leave them and say whatever that happened. And moreover, everybody is bound to make mistake. Some people is just a mistake. And when you realize your mistake, I think you should be able to design what do you want. Anybody can make mistake. Then it is you. So when you are in a toxic relationship, you should not be expecting your mother or your father. You are the one going through this. And there's no mother or no father, not even a pastor, that will ask you die there. It's not possible. And no pastor will tell you leave. But they will want to hear where they really can say you. give you the
necessary
advices. Yes, throw the necessary advices. Then it is you that will now decide. Because sometimes I have seen a case whereby the parents, they went there to bring the lady out. Within 2 months, the lady started fighting the parents that I never wanted to leave the man. You are the one that bring me out. I'm going back to my husband. You know, you make mess of your family that is trying to help you. So I think you are the one to take the decision, then look for backup or people that will help you, so that you will not blame anybody tomorrow, because you are not having a mental problem. You are normal. So you reason, you know what you don't want. That's why I said, if it is what you want, you go in for it. If you don't want it, you cry out for help. When you cry out for help, people will surely help you. You cry out for help, pastors will help you, family members will help you. Nobody will say stay there and die, because there is no, if you die, the man will still marry another woman, or the woman dies. The man dies, the woman will still go ahead. So you have your life to live, but you that problem must identify your problem. Then cry out for people to help you.
All right, as we round up, Apostle Dr. Grace, please can you give us a final advice to our viewers that are watching, please?
Oh my God. What are we talking about?
Your final advice.
Okay, my final advice, if you are a toxic person, please know that it's not even good for you as a human being, because when you are abusing somebody, you are not healthy. It's not helping you. You are the one suffering it, because the moment you see people smiling, you just want to cause commotion. At that point, you are not healthy. So it's better you look for a therapist. It's better you go outside and seek for help. Admit you have a problem, and there is a cure by God's grace. There is nothing God cannot do. The first step of getting a cure is admitting that I have a challenge, and there will be a cure. And to you who is involved in an abusive relationship, my advice to you is, if you die, you die. If you live, is your choice. So if it is a relationship, you discover that you have done all you could do, people has come and talked, families are involved, and the man or the woman is not changing, I will advise you to stay back. Work out with your head correct.
Work out.
He that fights he that fights and runs lives to fight again. So God will change the man at the end of the day, but you need to give him a break. Let him realize it. They can also
please.
Thank you very much.
I want to give you the 6 tips, and I'm going to be very fast about it. Build your social support by people around you. Let them know what you're going through. Explore ways to become more independent. Lean on family, friends, relatives, others, even your colleagues, okay, as you are leaving. Get help from professionals. With the other person. It is better for you to leave than to, leave. Better for you than to die. And the final one, care for yourself as you transit out of the toxic relationship. It's very important for you to let the people know, people who can help you, people who can assist you, and people can take you out of that relationship. It's better for you to leave so that you will not die. Okay, if you are still living, you can still come back if fate wants to bring you back. Okay, so everything is not just prayer, okay, but we need to pray.
You even need prayer to work out. Because when you pray very well, God will give you direction.
Adejoke Adebi David on Facebook, and it's going to be a beautiful day today. I can see that.
Okay, thank you very much for being a part of Family and Values. Today's topic has been one that has caused a lot of issues because so many people are going through it. Tomorrow is Healthy Thursday. Join us again as we will be discussing breast cancer. It's another thing you don't want to miss. It's a lot of women have gone through that process, and it's important we start talking about it. My name still remains Joy Abu. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of the day.